Some people may find it hard to believe that after all these years, Fallout 3 is still receiving mods, but it is, and that's something that we're looking at in today's video as we go through the mods I found most interesting for April 2021 in Fallout 3. Starting off the list, we have a small playable area that is based off Wasteland 3, and this is going to be downtown Colorado Springs. I look at all mods that I feature, especially newer ones like this, as work in progress, and I believe this one is as well. There's still a couple of little missing bits in there when you're actually traversing the playable area, and this is pretty much all there is to it, but I think it's a nice little start, and I'd love to see more stuff like this, stuff based off of other post-apocalyptic games. Little world spaces, they're always fun to explore. There's not a whole lot of exploration here, but what they have going looks good, and I like it a lot. Now we're looking at an armor mod. This is going to be Mancers Talon Overhaul. Now this mod itself has been around for a while, but it has recently been overhauled, as this title would suggest, back in April, where it's actually been added to the game proper with the Talon company Mercs. I'm actually a really big fan of this armor. I think it looks incredible. The textures look amazing. It fits well with the Talon company, and wearing it yourself is nice too. There's a version that has a little backpack that you can put on. It all works great. It all looks great, and I recommend it highly for somebody looking to add another bit of armor to your Fallout 3. This one, for me at least, fits in perfectly. Next up, we're looking at Skyline Company, which offers a bit of a solution to those of you that don't think fast travel is fancy enough. Right now, it currently offers just a few locations: Canterbury Commons, Tenpenny Tower, Rivet City, but it adds a nice little hover car to the game, which is kind of fun to deal with. It's kind of fun to look at. It's nice to interact with, and if you have the caps, you can just jump to those locations. And I guess some people would just say, what's the point? You can just fast travel. But it's for those who want to add a little bit of flair, I suppose. It is neat. Let's use that word again. I like the idea of this mod, and it's a fun little way to incorporate fast travel into something more physical in the game world. Now we're taking a look at Snallygasters in Fallout 3, and it does exactly what you think it's going to do. It adds Snallygasters from Fallout 76 into Fallout 3. Now, a lot of my strengths when it comes to Fallout 76, the things I think it did well, are the different types of enemies that were added to that game, Snallygasters being one of them. So it's cool to throw in something like this into Fallout 3. I like the way it looks, I like the way they move and function, and it's a pretty good little tidbit from a different Fallout game. If you're a fan of Fallout 76, of course this is going to be right up your alley, but even if you're not, adding these little creatures into the game can be quite interesting. Now, mainly you're going to find them at Vault 87. I'm not sure if they spawn anywhere else. I don't think they do. So you might not even run into them unless you're looking for them, but it's still neat to have. It's still cool, and a very nice and well done mod. Our next mod is going to take us to the shores of Point Lookout and out into the ocean a bit with the Fish Hunters Village. This is a really cool little town that somebody has made off the port, off the beach of Point Lookout. It looks very, very good for Fallout 3. I love the way it's situated. I love the way it's built on itself. But one of the big selling points of the mod, and something I'm not showing off in the video, and some of you may wonder why I don't show off almost everything in the mod and go through a few like an absolute total review of these mods, and that's because I want people who are interested in these mods to go check them out, to go play them for themselves, to make up their own mind, and then possibly endorse them if they enjoy them, so that the mod author knows that people are enjoying them. So that's why I don't show off almost everything in the mod. It depends also on the size of the mod. But also, remember, little reminder, that every single link for every single mod featured in this video will be down in the description below. Always check your mod load orders though. Some of these might conflict with each other. I do them separately when I'm reviewing them, so I don't have any, when I'm showcasing them, so I don't have any conflicts like that. So always check stuff out. But Fish Hunters Village is created expertly. The big selling point of the mod that I'm not showing off in the video is the underwater section, where there's underwater exploration that the mod author is really selling this mod on, and that's something I think you should check out for yourself. But if you're a fan of having a new player home, something that's very true to Point Lookout, out here in Point Lookout, looking good, Fish Hunters Village is right up your alley. Now we're looking at HQ Underworld Art, and what this does is it takes the paintings that you can find in Underworld and it upscales them to better textures, to a better image of these paintings, and it comes in a few versions. The version I'm showing off here is the clean version because I wanted to see exactly what we're working with here, and they look fantastic. Even if you only see these out of the corner of your eye when you're running through the Underworld, having fun in Fallout 3, doing the exploration thing, having these pictures and paintings be upscaled and looking nice is a really good touch. So I actually really enjoy mods like this. This is the type of mod that I'd probably be adding just for small details in almost every playthrough that I do. I like the small little details where you can redo the textures for small things, and you know, it's just little things that you're probably not even going to notice in your playthrough, but you know they're there, damn it. And this is one of those, and I recommend it. It looks great. Up next, we got Capital Wasteland Uniques, and this looks to add about 15 unique weapons into Fallout 3. Bear in mind that a lot of these follow the same trend as unique weapons in Fallout 3 and don't really have unique appearances. But if you are somebody who wants more weapon options in your game, or you're going to vendors and you want to see a special item there that's, you know, a uniquely named gun, something along those lines, then this is going to be a mod that, you know, you might want to follow. Again, I feel like a lot of these are work in progress. They are from last month. I cover each month with this series when it comes to mods being released that month. So these are going to be new mods that are fresh off the press, you know, and I imagine that they're work in progress. But if you're looking for something that's going to add a bunch of actual different looking guns that look completely unique and stuff, this isn't going to be for you currently. But if you want that more Fallout 3 vibe of a unique weapon where it's like it kind of looks the same as its counterpart but it's named something different, it might have a bit of different stats but better stats, this is a mod that's really going to do that for you. Adds it into the leveled list, gives them to vendors, so you can find a bit more extra when you're out there exploring the Capital Wasteland. For a bit more of a unique weapon, we have NS Automatic 308 Rifle. I love this rifle. It looks great, it functions great, and it fits in with the game lore just terrifically. And what I mean by game lore is if you found this weapon lying around just out and about, you're gonna think that it's just a part of the game. It is fantastic. It works just as well as you would expect it to. I think people who do mods like this, I'm really into them, man, and I've been getting really into these really nice weapon mods, and I think this is a hidden gem here for Fallout 3 that's new. NS97's Automatic 308 Rifle. You can find it on enemies and in vendors after about level 5, and it is phenomenal. I just really like weapon mods that fit with the game, and they look good and they function well. They're not overpowered. This fits that bill perfectly. So if you're looking for something new in Fallout 3, you want an Automatic 308 rifle, bada bing, check this one out. NS97 will not disappoint. Going back to the small details, we now have something completely different, the Animated Park Equipment Pack for Fallout 3. Now, when it comes to small details and small little textures that you can boost and things like that, I really enjoy throwing those into my normal playthroughs. I like having more immersive things, and this animation pack, it to me, makes things more immersive. The swings will blow in the wind, the merry-go-round will spin, and you can even get a slower merry-go-round if the default is a little too fast for you, which it is a little fast. But it just adds that much little bit more of detail. And Ashens 2014, the person who uploaded this mod, has other animated packs as well that I really think would fill out this world. This is the one I wanted to feature, so definitely check it out if you're into these types of small details. Now we're looking at the Miss Nanny in Fallout 3 mod, and this is a mod that will of course add Miss Nanny into Fallout 3. Now, it does still have the actual generic RoboBrain voice, but again, work in progress. I believe mod author is looking to add the French style, Curie style voice that we are all accustomed to. Now you can find this Miss Nanny, or at least some of these Miss Nannies in this mod, Springville Elementary School basement, or the abandoned house in Grey Ditch, and also around the Mechanist. This is a cool mod for people who enjoy Miss Nanny. That's pretty much all it's going to be. There's not much interaction that you can have with the nanny or anything like that. Again, this is a work in progress, but also you gotta realize with Fallout 3, not as easy to pick interesting mods. These are all the ones that I found most interesting, and you know, Miss Nanny is just kind of topping the list here. So this is the 10 mods that I thought were most interesting for April 2021, meaning that they were released in April of 2021, because some people did seem to be confused about that in other videos. I am only covering mods that are being released in April of 2021. And then, of course, at the end of this month, we'll do one for this month, and that's how this series is going to work. So check out Miss Nanny if you are into that kind of thing. So that's going to wrap up my 10 most interesting mods of April for Fallout 3, but I know what you're saying. Mantis, you always do bonuses, so don't try to trick us this time. What are the bonuses? Well, you're lucky. I got 2 bonuses for you this time. Up first for the bonus mods, we have visual objectives. This is going to add quest markers on screen for you during your normal gameplay. Of course, this is a more modernized approach at the way Bethesda does their quest objectives, their quote visual objectives. So if that is something that you want to add to your Fallout 3, make it look a little bit more modern, you know, in a way kind of remastering it with this small detail. Of course, I'm not saying this is a remaster. What I'm saying is, like, you can start the process with building your own little mods. This could be one of them for one of those to make it more modernized, and you might enjoy it quite a bit. I think it does its job very well. And finally, we have Female Wasteland. I grabbed this mod because the video is called 10 Most Interesting Mods, and I'll be damned if this is not one of the most interesting mods I've ever seen in my life. This promises and does turn every non-essential, non-named NPC in the game to a female. So all the raiders are females. I found it interesting because I knew there was no Talon company that were going to be females. Doesn't work with the Talon company, but random enemies, random NPCs, things like that, they're all female, and I just could not understand why anybody would really want this mod. Like, what's the deal? And then I started to like look at the preview picture and stuff, and it seemed to me that perhaps it was because so many people do those like body modifications and like skimpy outfits that maybe you just want everybody to be wearing them in your game. I don't know, but I thought it was funny and I wanted to top the list off with it. So there you go, boys. Female Wasteland. Thank you for checking out my video about the 10 most interesting mods of Fallout 3 in the month of April for 2021. I want to thank my patrons and YouTube channel members. Without you guys, I couldn't do this. And without my biggest supporters, I'd be dead in the water. So let's thank them personally. We have Ian Rowley, Popo Hum, Adam Souza, Fireflare, JP Rivera, Primarch Mustard, Zero Soder, Thomas, Billy Joe Jim Bob, Daniel Atalano, Marcus Jacobstown, Legendary Angel 94, Spencer Webb, Techie, Ruben Atwood, Phil Starsick, Bill Scott Sheets, and Edgy. Thank you guys again. I hope to catch you on the next one. It has been Mantis.
I gotta testify. Come up in the spot looking extra fly. For the day you die, you gon' touch the sky. You gon' touch the sky, baby girl. Testify. Come up in the spot looking extra fly. For the day you die.